Live at 5, a new effort is underway to save lives by making it harder to get a gun if you're struggling with mental health issues.
Atlanta News First reporter Abby Casoris spoke with people now demanding state action.
Georgia lawmakers pushing for a state voluntary do not sell list. If you're struggling with mental health, you can put yourself on the list. It would keep you from walking into a gun store and purchasing a firearm.
And people are struggling, people are dying by suicide, and suicide is preventable.
Chelsea Pyatt works for the not-for-profit, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Her father died by suicide after struggling with mental health for years.
If this law is in place, maybe their families won't have to suffer like mine did.
On average, just over 1,600 people die by suicide in Georgia each year, an average of 30 deaths a week, 5 lives daily. 67% of all suicides were by firearms. Democrat lawmakers say space can give someone time to get help if they're thinking about suicide.
There are too many people hurting in our state. The COVID-19 pandemic expanded and intensified a growing mental health crisis in Georgia.
According to the National Alliance on Mental Health, 40% of Georgians have reported at least one mental health or behavioral health condition. Mental Health America ranks our state one of the worst states in the country for access to mental health care.
This is my mom, Donna. We call her Mama Donna.
The bill is named Donna's Law after Donna Nathan. Nathan's daughter, Katrina Breeze, says despite a recent voluntary mental health stay at an inpatient facility, her mother searched for a gun store near her home and purchased a firearm in a matter of minutes.
I know my mom would have signed up for this list because she definitely did not want to die.
Donna's Law enacted in 3 states. The bill is missing critical votes from the Senate's Public Safety Committee. It's not likely to get to the governor's desk this session. In Atlanta, I'm Abby Casoris.
If you or anyone you know is struggling with mental health, remember the number here on your screen. It is the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, 988. It is available by call or text 24 hours a day.
Well, tonight.